Hello and welcome to IP Study Video Lectures. And today we are going to discuss Chapter 15 from Grade 7 Social Science. The chapter is Life in the Tropical and Subtropical Regions. In this chapter, we are going to cover two important topics. The first one is Amazon Basin and second one is Ganga-Brahmaputra Basin. So before we discuss the Amazon Basin, it is necessary to understand what tropical or subtropical regions are. So tropical regions lies near to the equator between the Tropic of Cancer in the northern hemisphere and Tropic of Capricorn in the southern hemisphere. And tropical regions covers portions of India, Indonesia, Australia, parts of Africa and northern portion of South America. Okay, so when we move beyond the tropical region, we find subtropical regions, such as when we move 5 to 10 degrees north of Tropic of Cancer, it is the subtropical region, and when we move 5 or 10 degrees south of Tropic of Capricorn, it is the subtropical region in the southern hemisphere. And subtropical regions include areas like Australia, South America and even parts of India. Okay, so now let us discuss the basins. So in the tropical region, we find the Amazon Basin that is mostly drained by the Amazon River, and it is a very important basin in the tropical region. On the other hand, in the subtropical region, we have Ganga-Brahmaputra Basin that is drained by Ganga and Brahmaputra. Okay, so now let us discuss the first topic of the chapter, that is the Amazon Basin. So as we all know, Amazon River Basin, it is drained by the mighty Amazon River. Okay, and it covers approximately 7 million square kilometers in the northern tropical regions of South America. So if you see here, this is the Amazon River Basin. It is mostly drained by the Amazon and its tributaries. Okay, and when we talk about the extent of the Amazon Basin, it extends both the side of equator between 5 degree north to 15 degree south latitudes. So almost approximately 5 degree north to 15 degree south. So this is the extent of Amazon Basin. Okay, so now let us see the landform features that borders the Amazon Basin. So in the northern part of the Amazon Basin, we have Guiana Highland that borders it, and in the southern portion we have Brazilian Highland that borders it from the southern part. Okay, almost 2/3 of the rainforest is within the border of Brazil. See, this is the border of Brazil, and if you can see here, almost 2/3 of the rainforest is located within the Brazil. Okay, when we talk about the Amazon River, it originates from the Andes mountain in Peruvian region. Okay, from here, and it flows into the Atlantic Ocean. And when we talk about the volume of the river, Amazon River is the most voluminous or is the largest river when it comes to the volume of the water, and it is the second longest river when we measure its length. Okay, it almost flows, it is almost 6,400 kilometers long. Okay, and Amazon River and its tributaries, it creates a network of channels. If you can see here, these are the different networks of channels. See, all different branches, like we can see in the map that is the Amazon River and its tributaries. Okay, so when we talk about the coverage or the extent of Amazon Basin, it extends into Bolivia, Peru, Ecuador, Colombia and Venezuela, but the larger portion is in Brazil. Okay, larger portion is in Brazil. So now let us discuss the origin of Amazon River. So the Amazon River originates as hundreds of streams and channels from the Peruvian Andes. And these numerous streams, they all merge together to form larger and larger river, and lastly the Amazon River. So if you see the journey of Amazon River from the Peruvian Andes to the Atlantic Ocean, we can see that the color in the river varies. As such, the tributaries of Amazon, it is classified into white rivers and black rivers. So the white rivers or the white tributaries, when we see their color, it is murky yellow or tan. On the other hand, when we look at the color of the black river, the water is dark but it is crystal clear. So this is the Amazon River, its coverage, its extent, and all the countries that it extends to. So now let us see the climatic conditions of the Amazon basin. So when we talk about the climate of Amazon, it is mostly hot and wet throughout the year. Okay, why? Because it lies in the tropical region, and we know the tropical region, the weather or the climate is mostly hot, humid and wet. It mostly has two seasons, one is dry season and one is wet season. The wet season starts from December to May, and the dry season starts from June onwards to November. And by dry season, we do not mean there will be no rainfall. There will be rainfall, but the amount of rainfall it receives will be lower than the amount of rainfall it receives during the wet season. Okay. So when we talk about the temperature of the Amazon basin, it ranges between 25 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius, and the average annual rainfall is 200 centimeter or more. So this is the climatic condition of the Amazon River basin. So now let us discuss the flora and fauna of Amazon basin. As we all know, Amazon basin or the Amazon rainforest is also called the lungs of the earth because of the presence of dense rainforest that purifies the air. So Amazon basin, it has a diverse flora and fauna. Okay. It is estimated that it contains more than 40,000 plant species. Okay, and a plant species involves towering trees. Trees are very huge and tall. Lush ferns, it comes under the category of shrubs, and vibrant orchids and many medicinal plants. So Amazon forest is very rich in fauna, flora when it comes to vegetation and all. When we talk about the characteristics of the trees, as I already mentioned, the trees are very huge, it is very dense, and the canopy or the cover of the tree, it is very dense. It is so dense that the sunlight, it cannot reach the forest floor. So the forest floor is mostly dark and damp, which facilitates the growth of many climbers and shrubs in the forest floor. Okay. The main trees of this rainforest are ebony, mahogany, rosewood, rubber and cinchona. Okay. And this forest provides many important forest products such as rubbers, nuts, gum, quinine, and quinine is a drug which is used to cure malaria. Okay. Now let us talk about the fauna or the wildlife of the Amazon basin. As we can see here in the picture, this is toucan, this is river otter, this is jaguar, and this is howler monkeys. So Amazon forest is not only rich in vegetation or flora, but it is also rich in wildlife. Okay, it is also called a gigantic zoo because of the rich wildlife, okay, living there. So what are the different animals that lives there? Monkeys, jaguars, pumas, tapirs, sloths, anteater, and many other animals. Okay, not only animals, we also have different species of birds living in Amazon forest, and also different species of reptiles and amphibians that inhabit the Amazon river basin. Now let us see the human population. So in the dense forest of the Amazon basin, we find many tribes, nomadic tribes, and their main occupation is they hunt, they gather, they collect, and they practice shifting agriculture. Okay, so that means they clear forest, they reside there for some time, practice agriculture, and then again after 2-3 years they move to another part of the forest. Okay, so semi-nomadic tribes also live in the upland of the Amazon basin. Okay, they also practice gathering, cultivation, and they move from one region to another. Women play a very important role in the Amazon tribes. They mostly practice agriculture, and they grow food like cassava, yams, beans, pumpkins, and many other. Okay, they also take part in hunting. Apart from agriculture, they are also involved in hunting, but mostly they practice agriculture, the women of Amazon tribes. Okay, so when we talk about the history of the tribal people living in the Amazon rainforest, during the 1990s, their population was close to 6 lakhs. But with the spread of commercialization or exploitation of the forest or deforestation, their population has decreased and it is close to 2 lakhs now. Okay. When we talk about the characteristics or the skills of the people living in the Amazon rainforest, they are skilled hunters and navigators. For hunting, they use arrows and blowgun. Okay, and for navigation or to navigate the rivers in the Amazon forest, they use raft and they use canoes. Okay. The product, as we have already discussed, the forest product from the Amazon river basin or Amazon forest is immense. We can get wax rubber from a particular palm tree called carnauba palm tree, which is used in production of lipstick, shoe polish, furniture polish, and candles. Okay. Quinine, a malaria drug, is also obtained from cinchona tree, and it is very important medicinal plant. Okay, and when we see the overall language spoken in the Amazon basin, I'm not talking about the tribal people, but the overall language, most widely spoken languages are Portuguese and Spanish. Now let's see the changing landscape in the Amazon forest or the Amazon basin. In the past few decades, Amazon basin has undergone immense change. The landscape has changed. Why? Initially, the deepest region of the Amazon forest was accessible only through the river. But with the construction of Trans-Amazon Highway in the 1970, has made possible to reach the various regions of the rainforest. As a result, many people came and they started to exploit the forest for their own benefit. Today, not only boat and land transport, even helicopters and other type of aircraft can also reach the various region of Amazon basin or the Amazon rainforest. So as a result, we can see the changing landscape of the Amazon basin. Okay, so with the increased influence of human, the Amazon river basin or the Amazon forest is threatened. Okay, the increase in the human population had led to the increase in the deforestation of Amazon rainforest. As a result, there is an increase in the loss of biodiversity. Okay, large amount of large-scale deforestation has led to significant loss of biodiversity, as I've already discussed. As a result, a substantial portion or a large portion of Amazon rainforest has been cut down, it has been cleared, and now it is a barren land, a land that was rich in forest, wildlife, and so many other things is now barren, left barren because of the human influence. Now let us see the Ganga-Brahmaputra Basin, that is in the subtropical region. Okay. So when we talk about the extent of the Ganga-Brahmaputra Basin, it is 20 degree north to 32 degree north latitude here. Okay. So from 20 degree to almost approximately 32 degree north latitude is the extent of Ganga-Brahmaputra Basin in the subtropical region. Okay. As we all know, the Ganga-Brahmaputra Basin is drained by two important rivers, the Ganga and the Brahmaputra, right? The Ganga and the Brahmaputra here. So when we talk about the different states through which these two rivers flows, Ganga and Brahmaputra, these are the different states: Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, Assam and West Bengal. So these are the different states or the area through which Ganga and Brahmaputra river flows. Okay. This basin is very rich because of the presence of alluvial soil brought down by the different tributaries and even by the main two rivers. So it is very rich and population here is very dense because of the this region only, the presence of rich soil, and this rich soil facilitates agriculture. Okay. When we talk about the climatic condition, we all know the Ganga-Brahmaputra Basin experience monsoon type of climate. It is hot in summers and it is cool in winter and wet monsoon. Okay. Average annual rainfall is between 1500 mm to 2000 mm in the western portion. But when we talk about the eastern portion, it is between 2000 to 3000 mm. So this is the annual rainfall. It varies slightly between the eastern portion and the western portion. Okay. April and May are the warmest month. On the other hand, January is the coldest month. So this is the climatic condition of the Ganga-Brahmaputra Basin. When we talk about the flora and fauna, the Ganga-Brahmaputra Basin is also rich, but there is a slight twist. The Ganga Basin, it is mostly devoid of wildlife because of the huge settlement of people there. As we know, the Ganga Basin, it is rich in alluvial soil and it facilitates agriculture. So dense human settlement is there. On the other hand, in the Brahmaputra Basin, we find rich wildlife such as one-horned rhino, we have Bengal tiger, we have various species of deers and also reptiles like crocodiles and alligators. Okay, when we talk about the flora of this region, the southern portion or the foothills of the Himalayan region, we find deciduous forest here. Okay, and trees like teak, shawl and bamboo are mostly found in this lower portion of the mountainous region of Ganga-Brahmaputra Basin. Okay. When we talk about the Sundarban region, this portion, we mostly find mangrove forest here. And in this forest, Sundari tree is found in abundance. And it is because of this Sundari tree, we also have the name of the delta, Sundarban Delta. Okay. So in this region, we mostly find deciduous forest. Here we mostly find mangrove forest. Okay. When we talk about the agriculture in this region, food crops and cash crops both are cultivated here. When we talk about food crops, rice, wheat, sorghum, grams and millets are cultivated. On the other hand, when we talk about the cash crops, sugarcane, cotton, jute and tea are cultivated in this basin. Okay, we have already discussed the fauna of this region, the wildlife, elephants, tiger, deer, monkeys, which I have already discussed. Now let us see the human population of Ganga-Brahmaputra Basin. So unlike the Amazon river basin or the Amazon basin, life in Ganga-Brahmaputra Basin is not that harsh or extreme. Life here in Ganga-Brahmaputra Basin is smooth and comfortable because Amazon basin, it is mostly dense rainforest. So people living there, it is very harsh lifestyle there. But in Ganga-Brahmaputra Basin, it is not harsh. Okay, it is very smooth and comfortable. The Ganga-Brahmaputra Basin, it is thickly and densely populated. In fact, it is one of the most densely populated region in the world. Okay, and the reason I have already said, because of the alluvial soil, fertile alluvial soil brought down by the different tributaries of Ganga and Brahmaputra. Okay, we also find different important centers or cities in this basin, including Kolkata, Varanasi, Patna, Allahabad or presently Prayagraj and Kanpur. So these cities serve as a center of trade, commerce and economic activities. Okay, it is also center of administration and education. And Ganga-Brahmaputra plain, it is one of the most developed regions of India. Okay, so now let us discuss the water pollution and environmental degradation in the Ganga-Brahmaputra basin. So as we have already discussed, the Ganga-Brahmaputra basin is one of the densely populated region in the world. As a result, there is a growing population and urbanization, and this put pressure on the rivers located in this basin. Okay, mostly Ganga. And if you see the damage done to the rivers, nearly 1.3 billion liters of sewage is dumped daily in the Ganga river. Not to mention 260 million liters of industrial waste that is dumped in the river. So as we can see, the condition and the pollution level in the river, it is highly polluted because of the human actions. Okay, not only this, we also find waste, and waste consists of different things like trash, leftover foods, human waste and even the carcasses or remains of animals. Apart from this, agriculture also contributes in the pollution, because when we cultivate crops, we also use fertilizers and pesticides. So this fertilizer and pesticides, it mixes with the rainwater or the surface runoff water and ultimately drains into the river, thus polluting the Ganga river. Okay, so the water pollution and environmental degradation is critical or very immense in the Ganga-Brahmaputra basin. So with this, we have come to the end of the chapter. Now let us discuss the important points that we have studied or discussed in this lecture. Amazon basin and the Ganga-Brahmaputra basin are the two important basins. One is located in the tropical region, another is located in the subtropical region. Okay, so Amazon river flows through the subtropical region in the northern part of South America. Okay, it origins in the Peruvian region of Andes mountain. Okay, Amazon river and its tributaries form a network of channels in the northern portion of South America. Okay, climate of Amazon basin, it is hot, humid and wet. We have two seasons, dry season and wet season. On the other hand, Ganga-Brahmaputra basin, it is located in the subtropical region, right? It is a very dense populated region because it is very rich in alluvial soil, which is very fertile. Okay, the topography of Ganga-Brahmaputra plain varies, right? We have plain, we have mountains and other landforms also within the Ganga-Brahmaputra basin. As we have already discussed, it is one of the most densely populated region of the world. When we talk about the wildlife of the Ganga-Brahmaputra basin, we find Royal Bengal tigers, crocodile, alligators, elephants, different species of deers and so many other animals. Lastly, the main occupation of the people living in the Ganga-Brahmaputra basin is agriculture. But not only agriculture, we also have now seen the increase in urbanization leading to trade and commerce, growth of trade and commerce. So with this, I conclude the chapter. I hope this lecture was able to clear your doubts regarding this chapter, and we will again meet in our next lecture. Thank you.